Hi. Yes. So, um, so I'm going to first introduce about the author. The author Daniel Gerard Brown. He was born on June 22nd, 1964. He's an American author, and he's best known for his thriller novels. Uh, One of the facts about his novels are that his novels are treasure hunts, which usually takes place in the span of 24 hours. The recurring themes in his novels are cryptography and conspiracy theory. Some of his major works are Digital Fortress, Deception Point, The Da Vinci Code, Angels and Demons, The Lost Symbol, Inferno, and Origin. And today I'm going to speak upon the Da Vinci Code, which I read, I think, 6, 7 years ago. So I had to brush up the plot a little bit before I digged into the factual details of the book as well. So, a bit of facts before I jump into the plot summary. So, the book was written in the early 21st century and it was published in USA in 2003. The narrator is third person omniscient. Point of view is several characters, which is very interesting because it gives us a leeway to get into the minds of several characters and ponder what they're feeling, what they are hearing, instead of just one person being the point of view. So it gives us basically a lot of perceptions. And the places that this book has covered is Paris, which is France, Versailles, which is again France, London, and Edinburgh, Scotland. So the plot summary of this book is something like that. There are four major characters, mainly Robert Langdon, Sophie Newu, Bishop Aringa Rosa, and Silas. So Robert Langdon and Sophie Newu uh, solve the mystery academically. Like they are, especially Robert Langdon, he has his motive to solve the mysteries academically, whereas Bishop Aringu Rosa, he wants to discover the secret of the Holy Grail. Uh, like he wants to discover the secret of the Holy Grail because he wants to patch up his what he wants to basically be in good terms with the church, which somehow he lost in the past. So the book begins with the murder of Jacques Saunier, who is the grandfather of Sophie Nevo, and from there on, the story begins with the mystery of like how the body of Jacques Saunier is laid and how he leaves the clues for Robert Langdon and Sophie Nevo, and from there on, they they start catching the clues, and they try to answer the mystery, which is finding the secret of the Holy Grail. This is what the plot summary is about. I'm not giving away the plot too much because one of the participant is reading the book. So if I if I give away the plot, then she might not find it interesting. Talking about the book, like the things that I find interesting in like what makes the Dan Brown's The Da Vinci Code an interesting read. So the first thing I feel is it begins with a very unusual setting, as in the murder takes place in the Art Museum of Louvre. And again, like the setting keeps on changing as the book progresses, which indicates that a lot of stories take place in a lot of settings simultaneously, just like in reality. So it makes it a very it gives the book a very realistic touch. Now, the second thing is that for a book to be a good thriller, it needs to begin with something very, again, which is something very unusual, or which is something that is missing, which leaves a question in the mind of the reader. So over here, the fact that it has begun with a crime, and Robert Langdon is notified about the same, automatically the reader also gets intrigued that, oh, like a crime has happened, a murder has happened, let's find out what happens next. So that is something that I find very interesting. Another thing is that Dan Brown has very skillfully used cryptology as its theme to build suspense, and also he's intermingled it with religious symbols, which is very like to draw references, both like adding a lot of symbols and again giving a lot of like as in a lot of codes to decipher. So someone who is into this will find that very interesting, and I think it is really skillful of the author to do that. The next is introduction of woman character as one of the protagonists. So this again also invites female readers as well. It's not something that only the male is the protagonist. uh, Dan Brown has balanced both the characters, male as well as female, and which shows that he's not sexist. Sexist. He's not prejudiced against women. In fact, in his book, he has shown that Robert Langdon is book smart, whereas Sophie Neveu is street smart. She's quick, she is intelligent. There's this one incident in the novel where they both are stuck in the museum, and they want to escape because Robert Langdon is in danger, and Sophie Neveu acts quickly, like intelligently. So she removes the GPS tracker, and she puts it in a soap bar and throws it outside the window, which lands on a truck. So which misleads the Interpol or the police, and leading them away from Sophie, like Robert Langdon and Sophie Neveu. So this is something that I find very interesting again. The narrative part, again, it is a linear narrative, which is not confusing. But what is interesting again with the narration is that he has managed to narrate it in two subplots, as in two plots happening simultaneously. He takes the story in two ways, that is one through Robert Langdon and Sophie Neveu, and the other with Bishop Aringarosa and Sila. So there are two stories happening simultaneously. So you are it again, there's a constant switch between both the plots, which again makes it interesting, and one, it does not get monotonous basically. And talking about characterization, like I said before, it's balanced. It's not one-sided. It's not too male-oriented. So again, even female readers are interested to pick up the book. The last thing, the question that the book raises is that why does the church want to hide the secret? Like why does it want to protect the secret? And which means that is religion again dubious, or and science reliable? So again, his conspiracy theory about religion and science is reflected over here in the end when the secret is revealed. So these are the facts that I found in the book very interesting, making it a good read. I hope you guys pick up the book as well if you have not read it, and you read it.